thighs.
Big butts.
Big booty. Wow. These kids right here, man. They're so funky, fresh to death. Bam. So it's Friday night. It's 1 minute before scheduled show time. So let's go ahead and get it started. Ladies first.
What's up, Dinar gang, gang, gang? I am April Phoebe.
And I am the humble Mr. Brando.
We didn't hear you.
Bam. If you don't like it, then turn it off. So I'm here. I'm in the building.
We didn't hear you.
I am Mr. Brando.
There you go. Your inside voice.
Inside voices for suckers.
Huh? Now, Brand.
Angry time.
Oh my.
Yes, angry
no
time.
anger.
Angry time. Angry time.
Oh, God.
Y'all, not a lot of news out there, but there's a lot of news out there. We're going to debunk some stuff. I'm going to go over some stuff. We're going to try to end this call in a reasonable amount of time because you know why? It's really basically everything we ever thought of about why it hasn't revalued. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We know why it hasn't revalued. So the things that we need to be looking out for more and more and more is why will it revalue, right? It's not if
Have
it's
they
when.
seated the government?
No. Did they vote on the people? Should they have? Yes.
HCL laws?
No. But remember, we have the Q cards that uses as a metric for the census. So they keep talking about the census, but the Q cards will act like a census for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The entitled will tell you who's not employed. There's only 20% more of the people that are employed. So that's an easy, fair stake at what's going on. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Let's talk about it.
So tonight's rules are going to be a little bit different. We're not, okay, first of all, can we tell them this? Even though we're doing the other channel, Iraq is still a lifeblood. Iraq is still what we're going to do. Iraq is still what I'm going to do with all my passion, all my heart. I'm not going to keep secret info for that group and not give it to this group, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell this group things that will get me kicked off of YouTube because this group needs me to tell them when to go to the bank, what we're going to do, blah, 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 right? But it's not two groups. There's a group that wants to know a little bit more in depth, that doesn't want to do as much homework. This group right here is going to be geared to doing much more homework, and they got to fill in the blanks, but there's no two groups. One group's not better than the other. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Smoking 559 wants you to sell him $1 million of your dinar. I don't know why.
Tell him I will for $3 million.
For $3 million.
Yeah. Tell him I sold all day long for $3 million.
I mean, I don't know. Are the exchanges running out of dinar or something?
I don't care. I'll steal my dinar right now. $3 million on the mill all day long. $3 on the dollar. What do you want to do? Regardless of what any exchange rate or guru or sucker tells you, I'm going to tell you right now. You want to buy my dinar? 3 on 1, and I'm good all day.
I hear you.
Gang, gang, can group, gang, gang.
I hear you.
You hear me, but you obviously read the question, so you must not feel me.
I read it. I just wonder why.
I'm just joking with you, man. It's a prank, man. Calm down, man.
Oh, that's a prank?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't watch the Sean Frost and all that?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm too fly for that. Let me say hi to the party people out there. What's up? Right. What's up, Kenneth Paul? Shout out Dragon Fire, Crypto. Go ahead, babe.
Okay.
Hey, Daniel.
We talked about the Saudi Arabia and Iraqi border. Daniel, gang, Daniel. Okay, there is a lot going on, and there's a lot of misinformation going on, so I'm going to clear some of that up. On a micro level, the way the citizens got these cards is a straight up way for you guys to understand how the census is going to work. So when you hear people like Samiri or whatever his name was talking about they need to implement the HCL laws, they could do that quite easily. That doesn't take years to pull off. You know who the people, you know how many of your country's unemployed. So therefore, you know how much of your country's employed. The Q cards tell you who the entitled are. So you could do the HCL right now. So don't ever tell me you can't enact the HCL law, because you can. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, the Trade Bank of Iraq. I did my homework on that. Okay. Someone sent me out a whole thing. And look, when the Trade Bank of Iraq comes out, there's this Q&A about the guy that's in charge of it. And he says on there quite clearly that in what is this, May?
Yes, we're in May now.
Okay, that they're going to change the rate. I have the article here in front of me. It doesn't say anything like that. Okay, so if you want the article, I can send it to Miss BB and she can forward to y'all. He does ask him very challenging and very, some good questions.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that you got to understand is that on a global level, Iraq is still one of the premier places for bank and trade. That's what the world thinks because of how technically advanced they are as opposed to other countries that are emerging markets. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So quit talking about Iraq like it's the United States. You see what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. Now, there's a lot of challenges. One huge challenge for Iraq that people don't seem to understand is the inclusion method. So they've got to take the money that's in the bank and they got to put it in the bank. Once enough of those people have done that, then they've got to come up with 2 things: deposits, and then they also got to look at bank fees, meaning the usage of smart cards for purchases, for them to stimulate the economy without activating the budget or stimulating the private sector. Okay? So a lot of people are confused about that. It doesn't mean they're going to kick it off in May, but as soon as they can kick it off, they will. It's just for us, as for other banks around the world, there's a number of challenges that include demanding regulations, disruptive technologies, new competitors with high expectations from our customer base. If we want to maintain the market leadership in a rapidly evolving ecosystem, banks need to have a clear and transformative strategy. That's what we're talking about. The banking sector will experience unprecedented change as it evolves into a digital industry. We've talked about those coins. We've talked about how Iraq using digital payout as far as the entitlements as far as salaries, digital currency. That means they're using fractional banking. I've told you guys that before, and you know that. Fractional banking side just mirroring the U.S. Treasury as a part of utilizing the digital currency system. The banking sector will experience unprecedented change. Banks unable to compete with this will struggle to remain relevant. So that means a lot of the people that are out there that are doing banking out there that are in the Middle East, especially in Iraq, will not remain like a stop and go shop. There'll be a few of them, meaning that you go in, you buy your milk, eggs, butter, sugar. I want to trade my check in, money out of it. Those places won't be around much longer. What is the potential for fintech in Iraq? Iraq has been closed for the rest of the world for several decades due to war and sanctions. Today, people are hungry for development. The people and technology is that it can potentially allow developing nations like Iraq to leapfrog in the evolution of consumer process with services like mobile banking, internet banking, e-commerce, on-demand services, and many more. Recent regulatory initiatives, mass consumers changing expectations are quickly reshaping the payment sector, paving the way to a more open environment where non-banking players see a huge opportunity to gain momentum. Banks need to engage with these innovative organizations to achieve value-creating collaborations. Remember, I told people, and I meant this sincerely, you want to know what the ultimate bank inclusion would be? A revaluation.
Mm-hmm.
If you want people to sincerely go to the bank, then allow them some purchasing power. Tell them that for every dinar they turn in, they're going to get like 25 cents. Now, in Iraq, you would think, well, that's nothing. The people know it's worth more than that. But remember, if a dollar is a dollar, if I could get 25% of my money right now, I would take every dollar that I have and I'd run to the bank, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So you got to understand that in Iraq, still a dollar, okay? Now, fintech, is often shortened to fintech, is the technology and innovative that aims to compete with traditional financial methods in delivery of financial services. Remember, I told you there's only 2 financial services that really make any money in Iraq: deposits, bank services, and loans. That's it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than 250 specific papers cited in the fintech scientific study. So yeah, fintech's coming to Iraq. And the question therefore would have to be why would such a company that's so technologically advanced in the banking system go into Iraq where the currency is worthless? You got to understand that. It's not that way. The country sees the value in Iraq, and they understand that even without a derivative or even without a ISX or even without this, just based upon what they know about the country, they're totally viable and valuable, and therefore they want to pour in there to add value and to be a part of the revenue provide, not for a country, but for the whole global economy. And I'm not saying that like it's a GCR. That's complete bullshit. Excuse my language. There is no GCR because there's no global currency reset. Will there be a reset of currencies that may happen globally? Correct. But there will not be one simultaneous global currency reset. If you believe that, then you're going to want a total disembowelment of the ecosystem that we call the financial environment that's happening right now, regardless of how people feel about dumping the dollar, the petrodollar, gold, silver, whatever. If you had 40 countries who value their currency and all make them on par with the dollar, the world economy would close. Okay. I thought this being next because we're talking about banking. There's an unprecedented attack by the central bank on the purchase and storage of gold. Now, remember this. We know that most gold that is purchased by a country is not stored in house. We know that there are certain players in the gold arena. And I told you I'm going to bring one of them to the Mr. Brando Club. At the end of the 20th century, the appetite of these banks was open to the sale of ounces, says an expert in the field in Belgium, the Netherlands, Argentina, Australia, Canada, where our experts coming out of Britain and Germany. The elimination or electrification of gold prices fluctuate in the period, together with the entry strong new international currency, the euro. Now, I've told you guys a long time ago that when I diversify my own platform, I'm going to buy cryptocurrencies because Miss BB believes in it, but I'm going to buy a bunch of what I call precious metals, meaning gold, platinum, silver, that I'm going to store not just in home, but out of home. I believe that those are going to be huge hedges against the financial system as it comes into play in the next probably 12 months to 14 months. That's my personal opinion. You can take it for what it's worth, but that's what I'm going to do. Ms. BB's probably going to do the same thing. What's up, Ben? Yo, yo, yo. We're going to do the same thing probably. We're going to hedge our money against everything. And another hedge for us is going to be cryptocurrency, correct? Because you believe in that technology and that system. Now, the Minister of Finance on Tuesday said that there is the promotion of economic relations and the development of trade between Iraq and China. I don't like anything that has to do with China. And I damn sure don't like anything that has to do with the trade with Iran. Trade with Iran, China is a subjugating term that's just basically telling them that they're trying to funnel money or use money laundering or some poor type of fiscal or policy system that the lazy, or I would say the lazy, Iraqi government doesn't want to go out and find decent trade partners with. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If they're trading with Russia or China, then I would say that the trade partnership on Iraq's side is lazy, because Iran and China are willing to trade with anybody because both those services are basically terrible. Now, if you guys didn't know this, this is your bomb dropper for the day. I wish I had my bomb clues. I'll do it myself. Boom! Today was the last day for anybody to have any type of waivers, or if you were to have some type of exemption from the United States against those who buy Iraqi oil. Observers point out that Iranian exports are going down to zero starting at dawn on Friday. You got to remember, for every day that this happens, they lose approximately 20 to 30% of their GDP per day. It is me and people that I talk to that know that say that basically in 2 weeks, maybe a month, their economy should be closed down without hesitation. I don't care what the news says about banking and whatever else. Iran will be broke in basically 3 weeks.
Didn't they lift sanctions?
Mm-mm.
Where did I hear that?
There are no sanctions lifted against Iran, no. What Mahdi was trying to run to America to do was to get President, give them a waiver to say, look, we can still buy their oil, their gas, whatever services, electricity from them, and give us some type of,
Kickback.
not kickback, but a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, just look the other way. Trump basically said,
no.
And that's why I love Trump right now. Because at least being a man of his word, saying he was going to do something, you can't fault him for anything else. He said it, he's living it, and I'm loving it. Okay. Pompeo, we will not allow Daesh to restore his caliphate and influence in the Western Hemisphere or Eastern Hemisphere. We will not allow Daesh to restore his caliphate and influence in the Eastern Hemisphere. We will continue to pressure all cells everywhere, whether in Southeast Asia, Syria, Iraq, or Afghanistan. Pompeo said that they will be after them with basically reckless abandon. Now, so when I go up here, I was really, really interested in how this Ramadan thing worked in the Middle East. And Zymus sent me an article. Bethany sent me an article. And I believe it was JJ sent me an article. It said the toothpick of Ramadan, or Zahir, is a ritual used by Iraqis before the holy month of Ramadan. The family begins shopping for a month before for meat, beans, to juices, appetizers, pastries, ending with the clothing they wear this month. It is also called al-Naruf, which is the loose dress and the vestige. Like him, in some areas of Iraq, it is also called al-Shamimi, and it is special for the month of Ramadan. Now, it said I did not intend to participate, to do so because of the high prices and the delay in receiving my monthly salary. So what did that just tell you? This is a government employee that hasn't received their money. They can't participate in Ramadan. So now what does that tell you? Another bomb dropper. Boom. Eye opener. If the average citizen who isn't working can't participate in Ramadan to buy the beans, to buy the food, to buy the clothing, what does that say about Ramadan in Iraq this year?
It's poor. There's going to be lackluster.
Exactly. It means the poor probably won't be able. The wealthy or the entitled will. Now you're probably looking at me and saying, well, Mr. Brando, duh, right? What did they just do recently to help all the poor out? They opened up the green zone. So don't you think if the palaces are feasting and they're doing all this fun stuff for Ramadan, the average peasant won't take to the green zone and start their protest? Of course they will. They're not going to stand for that.
Seems Iraqi doesn't want to be a real partner in the global market. Seems Iraq GOI doesn't want to be a real partner in the global market.
By what definition? That's that question. Because they've signed. Jeffrey, but would you define that for me, please? Because they just signed a memorandums of understandings with Jordan, Saudi Arabia, golly, a whole bunch of other people. They're actually in a surplus because of their oil.
Let's take it said, I hope I'm saying his name right. Yeah, 1, 5, 10, 25, 50, $100 dinars are now worthless.
They've always been worthless. Ever since the Ba'ath era done away with the lower denominations, hyperinflation took effect in 2003. That's what I'm trying to make you guys understand. People in Iraq that were around when Saddam was around, which was around 2002, 2003, don't understand this. Yeah, there were lower notes then. This is the youngest populace in the Middle East. They don't know crap about lower denominations. They've never seen a $5 bill.
So they did away with those when there's Saddam.
Yes, when hyperinflation took effect, basically the cheapest note they had was 1,000 dinar. Now you got to understand, if I'm teaching you 1,000 dinar, if I come back to you and give you 1 dinar, you done screwed me out of 999 dinar, which might be everything at that point. You see what I'm saying? So don't tell me that there's no 1, 5. I already know that. The Ba'ath era took care of that. But tell me, why are they opening up windows in all these major institutions of banks? And in those major institutions, they have a window just for lower currency. Because lower currency is not only a thing, but it's a big thing. And they don't want the citizens to throw that money out like it's worthless. They're conditioning the citizens to understand that lower denominations hold a value. Okay? That's what that means. Okay? There's a surplus of revenues right now for 2019. Tamimi said that. I think it's the lady Tamimi. And she said that Iraqi budget did not suffer from deficit to the moment. And remember, everybody was telling me that oil is going to crash, oil's going to crash, oil's going to crash. It looks like the United States is going to poise, and me and Pimpe talked about poise Iraq to be the #1 producer in OPEC here after Saudi Arabia takes a bow because they've made a ton of money. I think you're going to find that Iraq will take over. So, you're going to have surpluses there as long as they can pull oil out of the ground for basically $45 or greater per barrel. So you're going to say, well, why is there not a revaluation? Because the laws and because the symbolism of the GOI, because some other things have taken effect. And that's why it hadn't happened, right? When those things happen, and this, I can't say that on this channel. If I could, I would just say it. I would just tell you, well, no, I'll just tell you why again.
Okay, so somebody wants to know, what do you think, and hear me out, what do you think of the Vietnamese dong? Several people are saying they're stacking up on rupiah and dong.
My major play on dong is this, okay? And I'll give it to you. As soon as I know what's going to happen with the Iraqi dinar, or not even really what's going to happen, is I'm done with the Iraqi dinar as far as purchases go. Meaning that I have money invested in George's group, right? We do, excuse me. We have hard currency, right? I'm going to buy Dinar, which you're going to teach me how to do in the Kangaroo Guru group. Once I bought Dinar, I'm not investing 1 more cent in the dinar or Iraq until one of those things pays off. So my next plays, my whole monthly strategy for beginning my own wealth is going to be this. I'm going to diversify my portfolio, and 10% of my net income from whatever it is, I'm going to invest in currency, precious metals, cryptocurrency, real estate, and whatever Miss BB tells me to. Stocks, right?
Stock mutual funds.
Stock mutual funds. So every month I'm going to come and I'm going to do those things, and that's what my portfolio is going to look like. So I can't tell you, past Iraq, but that's what I'm going to do.
Jason Lee says, Mr. B, do not forget June is the deadline for Mahandi to complete the cabinet. Laugh out loud. Crunch time.
Yeah, I think constitutionally speaking, that June is the last month that he has to take care of that.
I don't know what Lisa means. Lisa, she says, anybody talk to ITZ?
ITZ? I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Babe, you do whatever you do because you're the moderator and you got to take care of your business.
What happened? What's wrong?
I'll show you.
Okay.
You
can show me.
Oh, we got Lisa.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I was trying to show that, but
don't worry about it. Show me later.
Okay, so guys, listen. Going back to what we're talking about, this is things I didn't like. The Iranian army and the Iraqi army signed a petition today, or signed some type of, I don't know, joint agreement about them utilizing their forces together. I didn't like that today. I didn't like that the Iranian army is in forces preparing for war. I do kind of like that the Iranian forces are preparing for war to the degree of, I don't think Iran understands sanctions when it's globally. When you can still, okay, it's like this. Let's say you cut me off from talking to Mr. Frazier, my Uncle Luke, right? You cut me from talking from Hayes, Babe. Who else do I talk to all the time? Kevin Wealth. Who else do I talk to all the time?
Is it Joe you talk to?
Joe, I talk to all the time. James, I talk to a lot. Imagine you cutting me off from my 10 favorite people to talk to. Okay? And you don't allow me to trade my mom. Oh my God. Think if I could talk to my mom every day, right? And I talk to my mom every day. So imagine you cutting me off from 10 or 15 people. And these people feed me and give me money and help me out. And pretty soon the whole country of Brandon can't thrive and can't grow because I can't even buy food. I can't get my water supply going. I can't do nothing. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm either going to revolt. I'm going to go to war, right? That's Iran.
Going to suffer.
Or I'm going to suffer, right? Or I'm going to introvert and I'm going to obey, right? I'm either going to submit or I'm going to fight. And that's kind of what Trump is doing to Iran. He's either going to make them submit or he's going to make them fight. Now, Pimpe thinks they're going to fight. I think they'll submit. I don't think they got the cojones, the steel, the wherewithal to fight the United States on that level, because basically Trump would just send in, bombing after bombing after bombing, and navy after navy after navy, and he'll be rebuilding Iran just like he did Iraq and own 2 countries. And he's already going to take over Venezuela, so don't get it twisted. If you think for 1 minute that Venezuela's not a play for him, and that's why he doesn't need to liberate Vietnam. Do you see what I'm saying? Because he's already kicked China's ass. Do you see where I'm going with all this? I don't necessarily agree with every piece of his politic, but I do agree with his strategy. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the bully stuff that I would do. You know how I am. Oh, you don't like him? Block him. You don't like him? Block him. You see what I'm saying? Do this to him. Do that to him. That's what Trump's doing to the global economy to isolate Iran and to uplift Iraq. Now he's telling Iraq, look, whether you want to or not, you're going to come into prosperity, kicking and screaming. That's what these fools don't understand. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be successful whether you want to or not. You might as well do it without hesitation. Does that make sense? But these Iraqi people are so prideful. I know Islam is to me, it's a beautiful religion, but it's so goofed up when you get man contorted in religion, because he's convinced these people in all this crap. You see what I'm saying? And that's, to me, is what's screwing up. The Shiite, the whole Sunni, the whole Kurd, the Christian, that's fundamentally what's screwing up Iraq to its core, because they can't agree on fundamental things. I'm sorry to preach, but this is the truth.
Do you think the Dong could lock before the RV?
The Dong is lopped several times, so yeah, it could lop instantly. I don't put a lot of faith in that. I'm going to throw as much money at the Dong, and I believe in the Dong, that I'm willing to lose, which is basically, I already told you my number, right?
I don't recall. Sorry, babe.
It's okay.
No, I don't know your number.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not mad at you for not knowing my number. I haven't said it a bunch of times. My number to invest in that money
for the Dong.
For the Dong is based.
Yeah, I mean, I know about how you're reinvesting.
Right, my reinvestment strategy.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna buy Dong straight up.
Yeah, I know about that part.
Right.
I thought you had, how I had set numbers for myself. I thought you had a certain amount for
one-time purchase. I'm done.
Okay, one and done.
One and done. Siemens basically gave a detailed roadmap for Iraq electricity. They've come in. That it was funny that Siemens beat out GE. And I'm kind of glad Siemens did. You got to say this about the Germans. Those are an engineering bunch of people. I'm sorry. I didn't have a lot of confidence in GE. Me as a person, stock was kind of wavery. They just had a lot of things I didn't like GE. I'm glad Siemens won that. So I think now.
GE, aren't they American based?
Yeah, they are, but they're not very well run company.
They're here in Texas. They're right up the street by Halliburton.
I know. They're just not very well run. I'm
okay.
Sorry.
Texas strong.
I love Texas. I just don't love GE.
Oh, okay.
I already talked Thursday about the rant. So, okay, it's going on. Now, y'all listen. Here's the deal. I'm going to open up the phone lines right now for chat, okay? It's 26 minutes. Let's take 20 minutes worth of chat. Questions on here, calls in, but you got to do that now. If you call me when the show's over, it doesn't help our cause. I mean, you can go to www.mrbrando.com, and I may get to it later, but I don't go on there right away. You can go on the Patreon. Miss BB will post it up. Babe, don't yawn.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I know you're tired, but you gotta work hard here.
If you don't knock it off, work me like an indentured servant.
People ask us for something, we don't give it to them. But I need for y'all to call now. So if you got questions, you got stuff you want to talk about, call me right now. Now I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not entertaining any more business proposals unless you join the Mr. Brando Kangaroo Root Club, because I'm not investing in anything that don't invest into the club. You invest in the club, which is going to help the benefit of many. I'm not investing in your club. So don't call me with something that's not going to help everybody, okay? Are there any questions out there that I can get to?
I want to know what Kenneth Sell's talking about. Oh, Kenneth Sell, you said, gosh, I lost it. I was trying to follow him. He was saying something about people are getting ripped off or something, and I was trying to figure out who he was talking about. Oh, they're screwing people, and I'm trying to figure out what people.
Oh my gosh.
accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Well, looky, who's this?
I got something that might help everybody.
Okay, let's call her.
Well, this is Matrix Portfolio. I'd like to back you for this live stream tonight. Anybody that can make the next call in as soon as I hang up will get $50 of free Bitcoin.
I have to say, that's crazy. So you're going to give away $50 in Bitcoin to the very next caller.
We're going to start doing stuff like this all the time. Didn't you know that?
Well, Ben, I know that, and Miss BB knows that.
Well, then I'm going to call. I'll take that 50.
But Matrix Portfolio sponsoring this next call in at $50. So if you call in right now, we're going to give away $50 worth of Bitcoin right now. So call in with a legitimate question. Or there goes one right there, Ben. Hold on. From Portland, Oregon. Hang on. Who's this?
Robert.
Oh, my God. Robert.
Hey, am I the next caller?
No, hold on. Let me do this. Robert, you can't be the next caller because you're with Matrix Portfolio
I'm
too.
just messing with you.
Robert, I was going to call in.
Oh, I had to do it. I couldn't resist, but I'm just a lighthearted guy.
Oh my God, you're crazy. I love you. You know that. What's the weather like in Vancouver?
Night,
What's the weather like in Vancouver?
It's actually kind of sunny today, partly cloudy. Not a bad day at all. Not a bad day at all.
Right on. Well, babe, will you post that in the comments at the next caller in? Well, my brother, do you got anything to add about the currency or anything else?
Well, I know Pepe and I lost a hypothetical $1 million apiece, remember?
I know that. Yeah, I do. I know about that.
I think the stocks, there will be some certain stocks to watch. That'll be important. I was actually just doing a little research on that earlier, trying to find out, who's working behind the scenes over there, because you don't just sign $52 billion in contracts and not know who's working over there. You know what I mean?
Hold on, bro. People are calling in for the win, and I'm missing them.
I think your voice is blocked.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'll call you guys later. You have fun.
Okay, we'll call you back,
bye-bye.
bro. I'm going to call back the very first person that called me.
It's Jason called first. The 6th number.
Okay, so hold on. So you're talking about 714? That's the first one. It's 729.
Oh, okay. That's a text message, babe.
You are so welcome.
Sorry. Let me show you something. There's a difference between text messages and the call. So let me see. Can I get this together? Let me see your phone. Can I see your phone? See, yeah. Here's that little app guy you guys see. It's on call forward.
I don't do that. You do.
I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't either. But look, see, people are blowing up your line. But
well, answer the call. So blowing it up don't help us.
Well, answer. I don't know why.
Hello.
Queen B. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Queen B won then, huh?
Yeah, she got through.
Hey, Queen B.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello, Mr. Brando.
Hey, you're the first one to get through, so you win.
Oh, I win? I won.
$50 worth of Bitcoin.
That Matrix Portfolio sponsoring. Well,
right.
I'll send you the receipt.
That could be a big thing. Like,
that could be a big thing. A little bit.
50.
Yeah. Do you have a Coinbase account?
Oh, well, thank you.
Do you have a Coinbase account?
I do.
Okay, perfect.
Well, then you win. After this is over, the show's over tonight. Call me back, okay? And I'll send you the money.
And then what you want to do? Can you text this phone number and just say who you are, and we'll make sure we get everything to you, okay?
Okay, I sure will.
All right.
God bless you, Queen.
Congratulations.
I sure will. Thank you.
All right. Good job. Bye-bye.
Queen B.
Bye-bye.
Queen B won.
$50 BTC. I don't know why, but that was weird.
U.S. trying to very well may announce a trade deal. Thanks, Manny. Queen B, would you text her? Would you text her from my phone? Queen B won the $50 in free Bitcoin.
Which one was her? Was this 561 number? I'm on it. That's what I'm saying. I told her to text this number back.
Hello?
Hello, am I the next caller for the Bitcoin?
Well, no, Queen B won the Bitcoin on this one. So we'll do another drawing next call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, I thought you were supposed to do
okay, but Queen B, will you text the number that you called? Text me so that we can make sure Robert gets you your money, okay? Or will you get you the information?
And I put it out there.
Okay. Text me your information.
And I wrote down her name, Queen B. So she just got to text us back, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so I know we talked about this to a certain degree, and we said that we weren't going to. I want to get off my chest. Okay. So a lot of people are speculating why I don't think the Iraqi dinar. I went over at my rant, but this is one feasible theory that I want people to understand. Today,
to accept.
Hello?
Hello, is this Mr. Brando?
Yes, Mr. Brando.
Hey, this is Robert here. How you be doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Good. I had a question the other night I wanted to ask. When the World Trade Centers were blown up, and my son-in-law was a policeman from Cleveland, and they were help cleaning all that up, there was like umpteen tons of gold that was in the basement of the Trade Center, and they brought in soldiers and trucks to bring that gold out. Whose gold was that? Was that Americans' gold or was that the Philippines' gold?
Okay, well, can I tell you what I understand about gold storage from a geopolitical point of view before I answer that question? As far as I know, that all the world's golds are stored in places for countries that necessarily don't house them, or the bulk of it in areas that are easy accessible by terrorist attack or by any type of attack. So I would venture to guess if there really was gold at the bottom of the tower, that it was not America's gold. I would just venture to say that. Because if they haul it out and load the truck, so I mean it was real gold. No, it's real gold. I'm not doubting it was gold at all. But what I'm saying is, Queen Bee just did it right here.
Okay, I got you. We'll get there.
What I'm saying is that I don't think America. It's like this. Let's just say you're a big arms dealer, okay? And let's just say, what's your first name again?
Oh, it's Robert.
Okay, Robert. And let's just say you're from Cleveland, okay? But the central part of our government is right here in Texas. And let's say the information is how that my boy Robert in Cleveland held the majority of my nuclear armaments, and they bombed your residence. Do you think that I would let that type of information even be floating around or known?
No.
That's why I say that I highly doubt that there was gold, that our gold was in the bottom of the tower.
It was being stored, but it was someone else's.
For somebody else in transit. Remember, the United States is a big broker of all things commodity, including currency.
Okay. I was just wondering because my wife's Filipino, and I know Marcos has gold stored all over the world in separate accounts,
Yeah, oh, yeah. Definitely.
They won't give it up to the Philippines. They've actually taken it. They won't give it up. And they got all the documentation for that gold and everything, and they won't give it back to the Philippines.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know that one for a fact. I don't think they would store that right there.
Okay.
Okay, my friend.
Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, big bro. Jason from
Guam. Like your shirt tonight.
Oh, you like my shirt? Aw.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you, brother.
I just bought a black one that has money signs in different colors all over it. I wore it to one of our meetings with the crypto the other night. Everybody loved it.
Oh, well, that's what I'm talking about. I need a money shirt. That's dope. You have a great evening, brother, okay?
Thanks for taking the call.
Anytime, my brother. You know that. Bye-bye. Okay, so another thing I wanted to debunk today was supposedly there was an article out. Well, I won't debunk anything.
They want to know.
Press 1 to send a voicemail.
You're live.
Hey, Mr. Brando, Ms. Vivi.
Hi there.
Hey, the reason why I called because I sent a text to Mr. Brando about the e-dinar, I'm coding if it was EDC or EDR. Well, then I keep saying EDR, but I went to the website of the e-dinar and I sent them a text and they text me back as EDC.
I went to the e-dinar website also and tried to talk to somebody and they couldn't give me any information. So like I told Miss Bibi, the only person I want to buy e-dinar from is when she tells me where to buy it from, on what tradable platform, and how I can hoard it and put it into my own. You call it a crypto wallet?
Wallet, yeah. So
I'm buying a wallet. I don't know what that is yet. I never bought one.
So you can have a wallet, which is like a soft wallet on your computer.
Right. I don't want that. I want
a hard wallet.
Yeah, I want a hard wallet.
A nano ledger.
Yeah.
You pull it off the exchange onto the nano ledger and store it in a safe deposit box or wherever you want.
Which you teach where?
On Mr. Brando's Patreon.
Right, on the club, right? She teaches that down there. I'm not doing any crypto stuff on this channel at all because
I just wanted to bring that up.
No, you bring up a valid point, but if you want to take the course and understand how Miss BB and some of these other super smart people.
And I get what you're saying because I think it depends on which exchange you go to. One exchange will say EDC, another one will say EDR. So,
and EDC has its own website and they're very deceptive. They try to give me false information and say they were a part of the e-dinar and they're not.
They're not. Okay.
They're not.
Well,
I'll show you real quick. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what the fudge?
I have to look on what you're going to show.
The purple screen, you know what I'm talking about?
So
that one.
Yeah, so that's not e-dinar?
They don't know nothing about the e-dinar. I asked if this was the dinar out of Iraq, and they told me no.
This is what he's talking about. And that's my concern, like knowing which one to purchase. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't want to rush and do it because you go to the you go to CoinMarketCap where it's supposed to be listed, and then when you click it, it takes you someplace else.
I have a foolproof way of finding out what it is.
How?
Hey, Ben from Matrix Portfolio, who told me about e-dinar, would you post it either on
in the
chat or somewhere where I could post it on all our social media sites, the dinar that we want to purchase, because I know that you know.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha. Anything else, caller?
No, ma'am, no. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Okay. Well,
I've been holding dinar now for 14 years. So
dang.
The first time when I heard from it, actually, I was over there. I was in the Army.
God bless you. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, waited in on. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So
well,
that's it. That's my question now. I'm just waiting patiently like everybody else. I'm crying nothing. I just keep praying and holding to the faith. That's it.
We're gonna keep the faith until we can't keep it no more. And we're here to stay.
I know it's gonna happen. Yeah, I know it's gonna happen.
One of these days it will.
Well, you know what's gonna happen. Thank you, brother. Have a good one, okay?
Good weekend.
All right, God bless.
All right, God bless you too, brother.
Bye.
I'm going to another platform to see if somebody knows
what
about this dinar thing.
Because that's the thing. Like, it's tricky. Like, you see stuff out there and you go to these sites. How do you know which one is the right one?
I'll tell you this right here. You know what it is? It's kind of like, who do you follow? Do you follow this guru or that guru? Or do you follow Mr. Brando who says he's not a guru? Mm-hmm. You've got to get clarification and transparency through somewhere. And I think the person that you should follow or who you should buy that dinar from is whoever can post it up. I know Ben can show me where it is, and I know you can too. So I'm going to wait for you or Ben to post that up either on MrBrando.com, Mr. Brando fan page on YouTube, or on Facebook or wherever platform. I think because my whole goal, part of my platform to create my own wealth and for your wealth too, even though you don't know it is, to the Dinar going for whatever I know it's going to go for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that's a great thing. One more thing I want to talk about, guys, was there was a big article out there that this person said that the Iraqi Trade Bank was going to reevaluate the currency in mid-May. On that article anywhere, the only article about there, I read it to you guys, and it mentioned nothing of that. The second part of that was Mahdi said that he was going to give the purchasing power to the citizens by June. Now, I don't think that he said he was going to give the purchasing power to the citizens by June. However, I do think that he said that he was going to have the cabinet seated. If he had the cabinet seated by June, he could invoke some purchasing power. But without one, there cannot be another. I haven't seen any article about both. So if one of you is a big believer in those things and you have those articles, if you'd send them to me, I'll post them in the community tab, as well as the other social media sites that we have. I will either prove it or I disprove it. But until then, I'm calling it all rumor and conjecture. Okay. One thing you know about me, if I can't prove it, I'm not gonna claim it. That's Jason, the bodybuilder. What I tell you. What up, Guam?
Hey, Mr. Brando. Hi, Miss April.
Hi there.
Mr. Brando, hey, it's Jason.
I know it's you, brother. I've been calling you out for half an hour. What's going on, cousin?
Not much. Just enjoying a nice sunny Saturday morning here in the tropics.
It's Saturday morning?
Yep, it's Saturday morning here on Guam. Remember, that's the beauty of being a U.S. territory here, is that when things go down, we pretty much, get the head first warning up here because of the fact that we're right on the international dateline.
Mm-hmm. Well, give me some good news. What do you got to tell me? What do you got to tell me that's good?
Oh, I don't know if you've been watching this, but I've been really checking up on the articles. As far as Vietnam, their GDP is moving up really fast now. There's a lot of good information that's coming out. I'm going to try to send that to you.
Okay.
Because their GDP, it's climbing as of this year. And everybody's like, well, what's going on? How is this possible? Like what you're talking about. And what we were talking about, in previous calls with Tempe, how everything is all just basically under the table, and everybody's starting to see it because they're moving really fast, and it's already becoming to the point where it's so obvious, like, whoa, how is this happening when their currency is like even less than 5 cents today,
right? So let me ask you a question.
Something's got to give.
Can I ask you a question, Jason?
Sure.
This is dumb. You're gonna think it's kind of juvenile because we talk on a much deeper level. Do you feel that based upon what you know about what's going on right there in the Southeast Asia area, that something's going to pop with the dong? Like the dong is going to be set free by China, or something's going to happen where the dong is going to have some type of revitalization? Do you feel that way? And why?
Yes.
And what do you have? Could you provide me with some type of documentation or, like a paper or article or something that makes you feel that way?
That's what I want to do. I want to send you some information because also there's, what's his name? Mike Pompeo, and also Steve Mnuchin. They've been making frequent flights. As a matter of fact, because it was even on our local news, Mike Pompeo was actually greeted by our government here. The senators, they even went out there to Anderson Air Force Base to check him out and say hi, because he's been making trips. I don't know if anybody back there knows. Those two have been flying back and forth into Asia. Exactly. Nobody knows about it, but it's like, how come we know about it? Remember.
Right. How do you know that, though? How would you know that it's a secret?
Because of the fact that remember, I have good friends that are sending me links.
Well, not you, because you're different than the average citizen. But the average citizen of Guam doesn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course they don't know that because they're not you. But people don't know that you have contacts. I mean,
exactly. And they don't know why they're flying back and forth. They're just thinking, oh, okay, they're just passing by, shaking hands with dignitaries in Asia. No, there's reasons why they're flying in and out of there.
Wow. Okay. So would you do me a favor next time that you know of some great dong news, or it's something written or something that I can, transpose to everybody? Would you send it to me? I know you always do. But would you, so that way I can, I can give it to everybody else?
Yes, I will do that because what I've been doing is I've been archiving it and sending it to my emails myself.
Okay.
Because I'm documenting all of these things because these things are just popping out of nowhere. Like, this is crazy. And it's fun. It's kind of funny how nobody around me notices these things, but, because of the fact that connecting with you a few months ago, like what you were saying, and I started connecting that listening to you, I was like, like I can't stop thinking because it's like, whoa, how come nobody sees this? This is, they're keeping everything quiet because, of course, it's you don't want everybody to know about this, but certainly, some things are coming out now.
Right.
And even with Iraq, I don't know if you heard, like that's why I sent that to Miss Bibi. Yes, it's crunch time. Because, like what you were talking about, they're trying to seek the government. But also, because of the fact they actually, because of the first month already being passed, the budget's already in movement. Now they're trying to scramble because they're going to try and work on seeing if they can actually, sort of revise it because they're moving with the new budget with the program rate. And they're trying to get this stopped because of, having to try to revalue. But
well, man, we got to get that done. And hey, man, I appreciate the call, and we'll talk later on in tonight or tomorrow. Okay. I love you, brother. You have a good night. Okay. Or have a good day. Be productive and don't flex them damn muscles everywhere, stealing all these good, pretty girls out there. If you guys don't know, Jason is humongous. He is the Incredible Hulk. So don't mess with this dude. He's huge. Okay. He's a big dude. He's a big dude.
I'm just a gentle giant.
Oh.
Shut up, man. You're a huge dog. I've seen this fool. He's huge.
He's a gentle giant. He's like the guy from the Green Mile.
No, he's bigger than the guy from the Green Mile. I know that. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Hey, bro.
Put it this way, I love what I do and I love staying healthy, but also if everybody doesn't know, by trade I'm a school counselor, but I'm also a licensed therapist because I love to help people.
That's cool. That's
especially
nice.
Thanks, bro. We love you, man, and have a great day, okay?
Alrighty. And I'll catch you later and I'll start sending all that info to you.
Thank you, man. Have a good one, okay? And I'll start doing exclusives on it, and I'll do them on Thursdays for the rant too, okay? Whatever you send me.
All right, cool.
All right?
Yes, sir.
It'll be your hour, so when we do the Thursday rant, you got to call back in.
Okay.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye. Okay, this is my last call. This is Uncle Luke.
What's up, peoples?
What's up?
There's a lot of people asking me to call in. I'm not sure why, but here I am. How are y'all doing?
Good. What's going on, Leroy? I'm gonna start calling you Leroy.
Listen here, bro. You know what's funny is, when we first start talking about crypto, people are like, "No, we don't want to hear about it." But is it me, or am I going crazy, or is the chat box getting a little crypto crazy?
Yep, exactly. That part right there.
Well, y'all talk English in there.
This is what I gotta say.
Okay? People are asking crypto questions out there.
And where? In the chat? Well, y'all can go on. I'm not talking crypto talk.
Me and you're gonna have to talk. Dragonfly. We're definitely
gonna
have to
Dragonfly.
talk.
Yeah.
He knows who he is.
Definitely got to pull a Dragonfly in. He's talking.
No, y'all better talk about Stellar because I just bought me some Stellar.
We talking about
when you talk about Dragonfly cryptocurrency, I'm talking about the guy in your chat room.
Oh, Dragonfly. That's my dog.
Yeah.
Dragonfly's my dog, though. Don't be talking about Dragonfly. He's super
I gotta
smart.
give a shout out to Monica. She says she loves dong.
I love Monica.
Oh, guys, get your
Monica said dong hung low. So stop saying it like that.
Okay, when I seen that, I was like, hey, more power to you, Slinky, more power to you. But we are talking about Vietnam done.
Right.
That's right.
For all my Vietnam fans out there, and don't take that personally. Hey, so earlier me and you were talking about a few things, and I see you covered most of them. Right. I had to step away for a little bit and go handle something. I jump right back.
Okay.
Again, geez, there's just so much with the Iraqi dinar. It's just crazy. But I think that you covered that, and I'm glad you did, because I was at work and my phone started flashing away, and I was like, what the hell's going on? People are like, hey, there's an article. The dinar is rate's gonna change in mid-May. I was like, what about? And I tried to look for that information, but I think that people misunderstood what the article was about. So I'm glad you covered that, because there might be other individuals out there who are not aware of that. For those of you who are not aware on the Dinar Guru websites, there's something that kind of touched on it a little bit, but I was misunderstanding what was being posted. It didn't come across to me that, well, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say I can understand why people might have gotten that impression, you know what I mean? But I was like, yeah, that's something you probably need to nip in the butt. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we all want that to happen in mid-May, but I'm just saying, though, I don't want people, mortgaging their house and buying
right
dinar because this thing is going to happen. Don't do that. Here's where people go, well, what do you recommend? Recommend as far as what you can spend? I call it discretionary money. So you take care of all your bills because you got responsibilities, all right? Take care of all your responsibilities. Extra money that you have. So out of that extra money that you call extra and all your bills are taken care of, because that's most important, you say to yourself, yeah, I can sacrifice maybe $100 to buy some more done, or $50, whatever it is. That's different. But if you start going, oh my God, I think it's going to change, let me put a second mortgage on my house. Do that, man. Don't do that at all, okay? I don't think people are out there that are like that, but I'm just saying, we don't want to see no crazy people start doing that.
Hold on, Lee. They're talking about suicide yesterday and interventions today. Y'all, look, this is the real deal. We know the Iraqi dinar sometime soon in the foreseeable future. That's what we're all predicting based upon the information that's been provided by us, by all the news agencies, and by all the internet sources, and by our own deductions and reading and blah, blah, blah. Is it 100%? No. But you know what? It's not 100% tomorrow I'll wake up and be breathing. 100% that I'll wake up and have full function in my body. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say to everybody is diversify your platforms based upon your level of comfort, and understand that even if you don't invest in gold or precious metals or cryptos, whatever you're going to diversify into, do it because it's your. We're just here to have fun and speculate on making a bunch of money, but none of us are financial experts, and we're not giving financial expert advice. And with that, Pempe, hold on. Let me answer this call because they called twice. Hold on. I'll merge them.
Call from
Brian?
Can you merge them?
Hey, I want to merge with Pempe. Hold on here. You're my last caller, Brian, so go ahead and give me the skinny. Lee, Uncle Luke, this is Brian, our last caller. Uncle Luke, this is our last caller.
Brian, how's it going?
What's happening?
Thank you for calling in.
What's up, brother? You're live.
Hey, man. Gotta love it. Chilling in Vegas.
Man, Sin City, I love that place.
Yeah, next time you guys are down, you better look up.
No, we will.
Dinner or something.
You know we will, man.
If I get all kinds of tickets for shows and stuff, we'll have a blast.
Oh, we'd love that. For real. We're there a lot. We'd love that.
Yeah. Hey, so this Coinbase, I set up the app and everything like that, and I just did like the moderate thing, like 25 on XLM and the XRP 25. I don't know, Miss April, I know you said something about going on the website and there's like, they'll give you free coins or set you up with free coins. I don't know how that
Is
works.
this Brian?
It's all fun, yeah.
Yeah, Brian. So you have to be on your laptop. a computer.
You got to be going through a search engine on Coinbase.
Not so much a search engine, no. So you have to log into your account, like from a laptop or a computer.
Well, I did it on my iPad.
And you go to coinbase.com/earn. So you'll be logged in, right? And when you're logged in, you type in that Coinbase/earn. You're going to see a page, right? And it'll say, oh, you know, $10 available for XLM with the potential of $50. They're giving away BAT. They're giving away Zcash and OX, right?
Right.
So you go through those. When you click on the first one, it's Stellar, basically XLM. You click on that, it's going to say you got to watch a video and take a quiz. It'll have 5 quizzes you have to take and 5 videos you have to watch. Once you successfully complete those, they put $2 each time into your XLM. Then you and once you finish the XLM portion, you post that link onto all your social medias, right? And so people will sign up off of that link, and then you get $10 of XLM per person that signs up through your.
I got $10 extra from somebody today.
Right.
And then that's what prompted me this afternoon while I was talking in the Telegram on Mr. Brando's club. Someone said, well, hey, what are you doing? I said, well, I got $10 and I went ahead and bought $20 more. So I almost have as much XLM as I do
XRP.
XRP. There you go.
Because XLM is cheaper. But when you go in there, make sure you post the link because you have the potential to make up to $50 of XLM.
Right, yeah. And so now on the Mr. Brando thing, now is there anything I have to do more other than hit the link to join? On Facebook there.
No, go to the link, join it. There is a subscription. It's $25 a month, and you have to pay that up front. There's a lot of people that haven't paid. You got to pay it up front. That gets you access to the videos. It'll get you access to all the things we're doing on there. Building. I got Jen, the wealth coach, going to come on there in about the next week. I got Ms. BB's cryptocurrency courses, the Kangaroo College. I got Pepe helping out with the precious metals with me. Yeah, he's helping me out with the precious metals. And then I'm doing all the fiat currency stuff. So you've got stuff, if you just valued it at the Jan stuff, they charge a bunch of money for people to use stuff like that. So I'm not going to get into it. But if you join the club, you're going to have some exclusive rights. And the first 250 people that sign up, once 250 people sign up for it, I'm shutting that tier down forever. It will never be reopened. I don't care if they quit it, but the first 250 people will be shut down. Those people will get all the benefits and the discounts for every other tier that I have. But I couldn't pay to have this much good advice on any service. And if you join, you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. I already clicked on it, so I'm going to join. So,
cool beans. And I hope you're, I mean, like I said, once you get.
It's like when I got started with this Dinar and the Dawn, 4 or 5 years ago, it's like, shit, I was nervous. Excuse me. I was like, I cussed. Sorry. But I was, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, crap. I prayed over it. And I just kind of did like a moderate amount, and just kind of sat on it and said, this is what number I came up with, and that's what I bought, and I just hold on to it.
Brian, but that's what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Everybody has what's called discretionary funds. These are funds, a couple of extra bucks that you have every month. Don't spend beyond your means, but you're doing it right. You know what I do? Is every chance I get, I'll grab a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to hawk my house to try to put everything on a whim. No. That doesn't mean I don't have any faith in it. I'm just wise about what I'm doing.
One of the things I do every paycheck, I move over some money over into my Coinbase account, and it's not a lot of money. And one of the videos I plan to produce is penny cryptos. There's penny cryptos out there that I believe in, or less than a penny that I believe in, and I think for the long haul, long term, that they're going to do well.
Right.
And that's just my personal opinion.
A lot different than penny stock. So.
Right. The same thing. And it's like, I recently.
Same kind of concept.
Exact concept. Yeah.
That first coin that we were talking about, it's still going up, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have like a penny stock
Tiffany. Don't hold it out now. What?
No, I haven't. I've been telling everybody that I've been watching this coin, and I don't know what the hell's going on with it. But it went from like 0.00001 from like 30 days ago. I believe it was up to 39, maybe 40. Miss April, have you seen it recently? I'll jump on it right now while I'm talking to you. But I thought, wow, that's a hell of a jump. Now, hypothetically, if you dumped. Go ahead, Brian. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. What coin was that again?
First coin. It's at 41. It's 0.4163 right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It has, since 30 days ago, it has a 6,524% increase. Woo! Man.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to continue to do that. I'm just saying there are some coins out there that we eyeball for. This is what we want. We want to catch that one that starts off at like 0.0001 and then starts rising. It gets up to 41 cents. Now, 41 cents doesn't sound like a lot, but if you dumped $1,000 when it was 0.0001, you're walking around with a few $1,000s in your pocket because of this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like penny stocks. You hit it right on the money.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, hey, y'all, it's a great day. Y'all, I hate to cut everything short, but we've got to continue on with our weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo weekend. Cinco de Mayo. I hope you have some fun, have some margaritas. I hope you guys have a great time. If you guys
thank you, Mr. Brando, Miss April Peavy.
Thank you for being a part of our
You're
family.
welcome.
You're welcome. And you have a great evening, fellas, okay? Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Take
Yeah,
care.
have a good one, everybody.
All right.
Hopefully this is our last. I hope I see you guys on Monday at the bank, but if not, I'll see you back for a chat. You guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys later on, okay? See you guys later on. Bye-bye.